I'm Catherine Ross, and I'm here live from the NYSE with Jim Cramer. Jim, we got a rush of earnings this morning. We heard from Coke.
Yeah, I liked everything. I mean, I imagine we were talking about what J. Powell's going to do. Coca-Cola quarter was excellent, 5% organic growth. I've been a big fan of James Quincy. I've got to tell you, I've gotten together with him many times. He's delightful, doesn't take himself too seriously. He's supercharged it with Coke Zero Sugar. Now you could say he was dealt a good hand because they cleaned up the way that they do marketing. Small form factors really working, water working, Topo Chico, which is something I've been urging him to make more of. They finally caught up with the pipeline. Topo Chico being the millennial, by the way, it's the millennial sparkling water. I salute
It's everywhere now.
Yeah, it is. It was very hard to find for a long time. So I just salute him. He's done a remarkable job, and it's great kudos for the organic growth that people thought Coca-Cola had lost.
What are these earnings reports telling you about the market today?
Well, I think that we're again stuck with a world where you can have United Technologies. Now, United Technologies, this is a good example. Aerospace up, slowing in air conditioning, let's call it that carrier, slowing in Otis, but not as much slowing. So if you're J. Powell, you can say, I don't want slowing in that at all, because they have slowing. It's just not devastating. So you've got this situation where you expected a giant fall off, but you're having a fall off. But it's not. It's just enough for the Fed to cut a quarter point, but not enough for the Fed to panic.
Jim, you penned a Real Money column this morning, and you said, do not listen to those market gurus.
Well, I mean, I picked on Ray Dalio. He's a great guy, and I picked on him in part because more of the reverence that we showed. I just say skeptical reverence is better than reverence, because if you went over, I watched the 9-minute interview, and I would have, in retrospect, sold everything had I really been close to it, because what he's giving you is that there was going to be a recession, that we're in a period of politics that makes it so it's unsafe, and that the Fed can't do anything about it. Well, what's happening? Here we are talking about a quarter point. Politics really didn't intrude at all, and the numbers are indicating there is no recession. So he's early. Of course, I used a different word in the article.
One thing that you say in the article, you mention homework.
And by the way, I write Real Money. Every day I start the day with a piece, and most people here don't even realize that. This Real Money's been going on. I started in 1999, so it's the 20th anniversary of Real Money. And it is my blog every day. I've done about 40,000 columns. I'd say maybe 10 people know about it. But Real Money is a tremendous amalgamation of great minds that I put together. And I just think that people should just pay the price.
Now let's play this game. If I'm an investor and I'm only listening to my market gurus, as you say, and I'm not doing my proper homework, should I even be in the market?
No. That's why S&P index funds were for, because I want you to have exposure to stocks, and I know you don't have time to pick the stocks. It is unnerving to me to ask people to there was a great discussion in my Twitter feed, because my daughter took a Tesla from Oregon with some friends to San Francisco, from where she lives in Oregon, San Francisco. And every single charge stop, she said, Dad, this is the future, it's great, whatever. A total convert to Tesla, because if you've driven a Tesla, they're fantastic. I love the drive. But at the same time, do I buy the stock? I mean, no, but people on Twitter are saying, Jim, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. But Jim, I love you with all due respect, but you don't know what you're talking about. So today I decided to take a shot at it. Don't tell me you love me and then I don't know what I'm doing. You're not Ma. My ma can do that, not you.
So last night we got news that Apple's reportedly interested in buying Intel's smartphone modem
I'm trying to
chip
double
business.
that story and trying to find out the story and prove it. And then what happens is that, well, maybe they bought the patents, but Intel should have paid them for it. Intel lost a fortune on that. That's unfortunately Brian Krzanich initiative. Anything that Apple can do to take control of its supply chain, they're going to try to do. But Qualcomm still has important business. Qualcomm at the White House yesterday, Malenkov, are doing some little education about what Huawei's role is.
Apple normally buys businesses that are not as well known, though. So to have this come from a recognized brand, what does that mean?
I think it's real. I think that they just made some sort of patent game. I don't like that story. They might be a very small patent deal. I mean, to me, I prefer things like America's Best down 3. I told you to buy it. Remember on Friday? I like to do stories like that, not buy Intel off this. Intel's been going up, but that's because of the SMH. Remember, all the semis are connected by ETFs, and it's really a shame. because Texas Instruments is now up so much. They better say the right thing tonight. They better. That's tonight's business, by the way, Texas Instruments.
Do you want to tell our viewers what our real money stock of the day is today?
Snap. And that's because we need to find out if Snap, and this is more of a query, is Snap going to be part of the canon of Facebook, Alphabet, Amazon, Twitter, and Snap? Is it going to be a big five of where you place your dollars if you are a consumer packaged goods company? That's what I want to know.
Year to date, Snap is up 156%.
No one thought it'd be up because they had a high-profile quit of a guy who had a lot of options, and it turns out that he was wrong. People are wrong all the time.
156% is a huge rally. So
I know. No, I need your hair.
Where's your hair gone?
So don't start looking like me.
I do. I look like you. How are you?
Yes, you do, and I'm thrilled that you do. Thank you. That's Peter, and he is the most visible guy, but more importantly, he's the nicest guy, which I like.
AKA the Einstein of Wall Street.
That's
all
what
right.
I care about. I love him. He's so nice.
He
There's
is
a lot of
very,
nice
very
people
nice.
on the floor. Everybody who's left is nice on the floor.
That's true. Everyone is very nice on the floor. So, Jim, I just want to circle back to Snap before we
I
wrap.
want people to come here because it's so capital. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, Snap, as I said, is up.
Videos. I mean, our videos are a little impromptu. Everything's
true,
so
they're
produced
live.
everywhere, and I like produced product. But there should be one place where you can have some fun.
And I would like to say that we do have fun. All right, so Snap is up 156% year to date.
Right.
What is it going to take to get Snap's rally to continue?
They need to be able to say we got 5 new consumer packaged goods companies. I remember the really important call that Sheryl Sandberg led, where she stopped talking about the small, medium-sized businesses that were using it and started talking about big buys, and that's what you need to have.
All right, Jim, so that's all the time that we have for today.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. All right, guys, if you're on TheStreet.com or on Facebook Live, we are now switching over to our Action Alerts Plus daily rundown video over on ActionAlertsPlus.com. I'm Catherine Ross, and we'll see you tomorrow.